I don't think that.
Well, it's what you're doing every time you open your mouth.
If
Jim's 22-year-old pregnant wife, Kelsey, says she is frightened to raise her baby with Jim in their current environment. She understands that Tara might have social anxiety, but she thinks Tara's behavioral issues stem from being a spoiled only child. Take a look.
I was 19, moving in with a 55-year-old, so I could see how some people would think it was weird, but I didn't really think it was that weird. When we first got married, things were great, but over the course of the relationship, there's been a lot of stress. It's mostly because of the tension that Tara creates in the household. My relationship with Tara is toxic because she's a pretty negative person to be around. We used to just explode and then walk away, but now it's become more intense. We're yelling in each other's faces, we're beating on each other's bedroom doors. Jim and I had a big argument one night, and he pretty much told me that Tara's problems were more important than mine. The fact that Jim always defends Tara is the biggest problem that we have in our relationship and in the house. I think Tara has mental issues, but I think she likes to use her mental issues as a cover-up to get attention. Jim puts Tara on a pedestal, and I feel like he doesn't treat me that way, so it makes me feel like the least important woman in his life. The night before I found out I was pregnant, I wanted to leave him because of the situation, and then I found out I was pregnant, so I felt like I couldn't leave. And now I feel like I should leave him because the baby shouldn't live in that kind of environment.
Well, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
You were going to end this relationship the day before you found out you were pregnant.
Right.
And I was a little confused. You say you stayed because of the baby, but yet you want to leave because of the baby.
I felt like it was a very toxic situation, and it just felt like it was never ending. So I decided to leave, and then finding out I was pregnant, I'm thinking, well, I can't raise a baby on my own. I don't want the baby to feel like he's grown up in a broken home or anything. So that's part of the reason why I stayed. I've always wanted a baby.
But you are going to have to make a decision whether you want to raise the baby in this environment if it doesn't change.
Right, I know that.
Okay. You say you're not number one in his life. She is.
I feel like my needs are pushed behind and I'm not as important, so.
Exactly how I felt when I was married to him, Dr. Phil.
I have nobody else. That's all I had.
she's got no mother, she's got nobody, so
She
I
has a
sit-
mother sitting right next to her, Jim.
Right
You
now,
don't pick
I
the
do,
phone
and I'm
up
so
at 3 in
grateful
the
for
morning.
that
I sit
because
there and
this never
talk to her
happened.
all
I have
night,
picked the-
which cuts into our marriage.
Not going there
And I don't
again.
like it.
Stop.
Okay, I don't
Stop.
like it. But who's she going to go to? She has nobody to talk to. You
Dr.
don't
Phil,
pick the
please.
phone up like I do.
Narcissist
I'm there.
conversation order, please, Dr.
I'm there
Phil.
24/7, and Tara will tell you that.
What's the difference between me and her? We're like the same age.
She's my wife.
What did she do that's so great to get a husband and get married? She freaks out too and has her own. She doesn't even communicate ever or talk.
I was nice to my first wife, you know what, she's not nice to the mom, so I couldn't be there emotionally.
So I'm mean to her. Is that what you're saying?
About me.
I mean, I'm not mean to her. I just don't like fake, which seems to be the trend here.
Alright, let me see. I gotta go.
Why don't you let Dr. Phil talk? He can help us.
He'll tell me when to shut up.
Do you feel welcome with these two?
I mean, I know what Kelsey's saying, and I respect that. Like I said, I have nobody else, so this is when I get where I'm like, well, fine, then I'll just leave, and y'all have your little perfect, happy life.
She means leave, like taking herself out of the picture all the way. You know,
I've
who
said
wants
that
to
before
bury
as
their
a cry
kid?
for
I
help,
don't.
honestly, only because I don't know what else to do. I don't know what to do, and a lot of times I just want to run away. Like, I want them to be happy. I want them to have a happy life. You know, if it means that I'm not a happy person in general, so.
And I want her to come stay with me if she wants, or whatever would be healthy for Tara. I'm there. If she needs a place to go, I'm there. I don't
Why
want
do
her
you-
to feel like she has nowhere to go.
Why do you think you go into these rages?
I don't know how else to express it. I get like where I just can't even. I really just don't even know what else to do with myself when I get like that. It's not for attention. It's just because I don't know what else to do.
It's all night. It could be 3 in the morning. She could be pacing around the carport, running around, throwing things, freaking out. It's like, but you know, I'll sit there. I can't help her, obviously. I don't know what to do, but I've listened for years. I sit there and try to calm her down. I'll text her mother and say, can you help Tara? I'll text her mother, Nana, Tara's Nana. I'll text her, can somebody, so Tara knows somebody's there to love her besides me. And it doesn't happen. Nobody's there when she needs them.
Okay, can we just agree on one thing, that you think she's a worthless, you've thrown her under the bus, and that way you don't need to do that anymore?
I don't think that.
Well, it's what you're doing every time
No,
you
that's
open
what
your mouth.
If you put it on on the camera of what happened years ago. That's not who I am now. But you're bringing it up, so I'm going to back myself up. That's not what it is.
Well,
I didn't say she's a worthless
every
kid.
time
I'm
you
actually
open-
proud of her. For
Every time you
going
open your
going to
mouth,
college.
every time you open your mouth, you dog on her and say she's not there, she's never been there, she abandoned
Right,
her, she
right.
doesn't answer the phone, et cetera, et cetera. I got it.
Gotcha.
I got it. So
Okay.
we'll just
All right.
okay. I got that. I got that. That's your opinion.
Well, that's what.
I got it. You don't need to tell me again. I got it. So we can talk about other things because I got that. That's your opinion.
Good.
That you've been there and she hasn't. Got it.
Sorry,
Good.
it's not my fault.
Move on then.
No, it isn't. Up next, Jim says he's torn between his wife and his daughter. So what's he going to do? I guess he'll tell us next because we've taken this off the table. We can move on to something else. And I'm really interested in focusing on Tara because she feels like she has no options. I think she has a whole world of options ahead of her.
I'm just sitting here by myself, no one's talking to me, and they're in there. I don't know what they're doing, I don't really care, but it's like, okay, so she can have a freak out and basically do whatever she wants. She has someone there for her, my dad, and they can just sit there and talk and, you know, make sure she's okay. Well, I'm just sitting here and like, I feel like I have no one, and I'm miserable, and I'm just like trying to be quiet and stay calm and stuff, but I don't know, this happens a lot, so here we are.
Well, Tara says that she feels like she can't function in the real world. She says she's angry because her mom left when she was only 13. Christina says she just really couldn't handle her narcissistic husband, Jim. I think we've established that they're not each other's biggest fans. She blames his bad parenting on Tara's problems. And Jim says his 20-year-old pregnant wife, Kelsey, are now jeopardizing Tara's well-being. You feel like you don't really have any options, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And you haven't prepared yourself a lot for life, and these two parents didn't prepare you a lot for life. They allowed you to let your dysfunction take over, and so you didn't complete your education, you don't have skill sets, and all to be competitive in the real world. And look, I can't render you a diagnosis here. That would be unprofessional of me to do that. What I can tell you is what would be on my short list of considerations, and I would have a short list of considerations. And I want to tell you that I do think that anger is your default emotion.
agree.
It's what you go to because it's the safest emotion. You see, if you go to anger, then you're less likely to be hurt because you've already started a fight.
Right.
So it's not like you went and said, hey, listen, I really like you and I want you to want me and accept me. And then if you get rejected, that's painful. But if you go in and say, I don't want you to want me because I don't like you and I'm going to yell at you and scream at you, then it doesn't hurt because you never find out whether they would have let you stay.
Anger is a big part of it, and I do have the freakouts, and that happens a lot, like almost every day. But then I go through like a ton of different emotions throughout the day. Sad, you know, all kinds of different stuff happens.
That's because anger is just the outward manifestation of hurt, fear, or frustration. I mean, just think about this. All of y'all think about this. Next time you're at the grocery store and you're checking out, and the clerk is being really rude and short, instead of saying, "What a jerk," just say to yourself, "Man, I wonder what she's hurting about, or frustrated about, or afraid of."
Yeah.
If you see that, if you look past the anger and see what's behind it, you'll have a very different interaction. If you just say that about him or her that's checking you out, you'll have a very different. And so when you have all of these outbursts, I don't see the anger. I just wonder what you're hurting about so badly.
Me too.
When I hear you saying that you're such a bad person and talking so negatively to yourself, I just wonder what you're so afraid of.
Everything, life in general.
You're afraid of failing, so you quit before you start.
Yeah.
You just decide I'm a failure, so why try?
Right.
Why try? I don't want to face failure, so I'll just decide I'm a failure before I start.
And it proves itself again and again, because even like, you know, if I've tried a job recently, just a little nursery in town, and I tried doing that, and I wasn't like, I'm going to fail, I'm not going to do this. I tried to do that, and that was yet another place where I couldn't handle it. So it happens no matter what I do, no matter where I go.
It isn't that you couldn't handle it, you didn't handle it. Because you don't have coping skills right now for some of the things you're experiencing. You do have some social anxiety.
Yeah, really bad.
And when anxiety starts, what's the first cue for you? How do you know it's coming? Do you get butterflies in your stomach? Do your ears get hot? Do you start getting sweaty palms? What's the first cue?
Usually I just like shake, can't breathe, my brain starts going.
What's the very first thing?
It's always different.
No, it's not. There's a first thing.
I don't know, I feel like I can't. I'm already feeling like that now, and I don't.
Well, what is you feeling?
Afraid.
What are you feeling physically? I know what it
nervous,
is.
anxious.
I know it's a physical symptom. I know what it is. It's shaking. You started to shake.
Oftentimes I can't even put it into words what I'm feeling. It's very hard for me to
But physically, you
articulate
started to shake.
it. Yeah.
Your hands started to shake.
I'm very nervous.
And you started to shake here.
Yeah.
And also, that's the first sign. But I tell you, that sign's going to become our friend.
It's not just because I'm here on it. You
No,
know,
I know.
it's just this is what happens all the time, no matter what the situation is.
I know. That's going to become our friend, because that shaking that is the first link in the chain to the meltdown.
Yeah.
We're going to make that the first link in the chain to a coping sequence, because you're going to learn very soon. You're going to say, here's what Dr. Phil was talking about, and this can either cue me to meltdown or it can cue me into a coping sequence that I've learned. And so when that happens, I'm going to go into this coping sequence, and I'm going to observe myself cope and realize, holy, I can do it. I can do
nice.
that. Wow. I watched myself do that. I didn't freak. I watched myself do it. It won't be a success-only journey, and that's okay. If you could do it 5 out of 10 times, that would be great right now, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And then if you could do it 7 out of 10, then 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
And here's the big thing. You don't have to do it alone. See, there's two things about coming here. You said it's hard to get on. That's true. But there's two things about coming here. Is when you come here, this experience is not the end of our relationship. It's the beginning. And part two is, I know a lot of really good people with really good resources, and you're about to meet one of them.
Hi, Dr. Phil. So now I just feel really alone and bored. It's like as much as I want to be around people and have that interaction, I really feel like I don't even know how anymore. I would love to go have some friends and go do something fun today, or, you know, go to a job and work, but just kind of like remove myself from everything. I do feel hopeful, and I'm looking forward to meeting you, because I know that if anybody can help me get through this, pretty sure it's you. So thank you for giving me some hope.
Well, Christina emailed us saying her daughter Tara doesn't know how to deal with adversity, and she blames her ex-husband Jim for not doing some of the things that might have prepared her. She blames herself as well, because she knows she could have done more than she's done. And so you're here now, and you're glad you're here, right?
Yeah.
Do you feel worthy of all this attention?
No.
Yeah. Why do you think I asked you that?
Because you think I am?
Yeah. And I know you don't think so.
Yeah.
I know you don't think so, and so that makes you nervous, right? Because you got all this attention. You wanted to be here, you wanted to meet me, right, and all that. But then when I'm all focused on you, you're thinking, come on, move on. I mean, you're spending too much time on me, right?
No, I mean, I really appreciate it, obviously. It's just, like I said, this is a very difficult thing. I've spent a lot of time, like, it's in my own head. It's a war that I fight every day, and it's hard for me to expect anyone else to understand it when I don't even understand it that well myself.
Do you think I understand it?
I hope so. I think so. That's why I'm here. My brain's going to tell me that you don't, and it's going to fight it the whole way, but I know you do. That's why I'm here.
Well, I asked you about your internal dialogue. I told you how much you tell yourself that.
Yeah.
Explained your anger, your social anxiety, and you're living in a highly toxic situation. And, you know, your dad down here, he said he's made some stupid mistakes along the way, and he makes some every day because he's in a pattern. But he's doing the best he knows how.
Yeah.
That's all he can do. He's just doing the best he knows how.
I know that.
Hell, he's there.
Yeah.
And he's here.
Yeah.
You gotta give him credit. He came here. He's
course.
here. He's doing the
Of course
best
I
he
do.
can. And I hear you say that, you know, you really love your mother and you recognize that she's trying.
Yes. And I know that she wants to be there. A lot of people just don't know how.
Everybody's here.
Yep.
And there's somebody else I've added here. This is Miles Adcox.
Hi.
Okay? He's the owner and the CEO of Onsite. Onsite is the worldwide leader in intensive workshops. And by that, I mean they deal in a very customized way with putting together intensive treatment for people that have been through trauma, people that have lived with trauma. And they specialize in it. And I always like to describe what you guys do so well is hit the reset button.
I couldn't agree more. Tara, based on your circumstances, what makes sense to me is that you struggle trusting people or trusting circumstance. What doesn't make sense and what surprises me is based on your circumstances, you still run towards hope. You're a bright, intuitive, empathetic young woman. And Here's the thing we get to do today is you've been running towards hope and you've been hitting an obstacle. You've been running towards hope, you've been hitting an obstacle. Today, just for a moment, we're taking that obstacle down. Because today, somebody you can trust is Dr. Phil and me and my team, and we're going to take care of you.
Thank you.
They're going to focus on you and get you to the point that you can look in the mirror and like who you see. And then we're going to start making a transition program to get you into a position in life where you can stand on your own 2 feet, be self-sustaining, and be proud of who you are and what you do. And that's my commitment to you. That's Miles and his team's commitment to you. You deserve it. It's your time. It's your turn. It's no accident that you're here today.
So this was part 2 of a 2-part episode. In part 1, we saw that Tara's mother abandoned her when she was about 13 years old, and she was raised by her father, who was a single dad, but his parenting was a bit toxic. He didn't always make the healthiest choices for her. And we see that this has resulted in her having this extreme anxiety disorder, and she seems to also lack life skills. I definitely feel like I understand a little bit of where she's coming from. The mom is on stage accusing the dad of being a narcissist. I don't know if that's true or not. I feel like there's some narcissistic traits in both of these people that have been coming up on stage. The fact that Tara was raised without life skills, without the ability to thrive and flourish independently, I think is a real problem. And I personally have some experiences with that because I was raised by a narcissist. Both my parents are narcissistic, and I also was not taught any life skills. And a few years ago, I would not have been able to cope with adulting, and I've had to learn everything with very high stakes. And Tara will now have to learn everything also with very high stakes. I'm glad that Dr. Phil started having her focus on her physical symptoms because her nervous system is on a hair trigger, and so treating the nervous system can really go a long way towards treating her mental health. Sometimes you have to start with the body and do like a bottom-up approach instead of starting with the mind. You start with the body first. So hopefully that can help her get on the right track. I don't know what is up with the dad with this new wife that's the exact same age as her. Is something off about that, or is that just me? And she's pregnant. I didn't catch it. I'm not sure if she's pregnant or if she already had the baby. She was gonna leave him the day before she learned she was pregnant and then stayed because she didn't want to be a single mom. Why is this 55-year-old man moving a 19-year-old into his house who used to be high school friends with his daughter? Something's not quite right about that. Honestly, I think something's off about both of these parents, but at least the dad stuck around. But what do you guys think about this one? What do you think about Tara? I really like what this guy, the specialist at the end, said, that after all she's been through, she still runs towards hope, which I noticed as well, and that's such a special, beautiful thing. It means that she still has a chance to, add beauty and joy to the world. But what do you think about her? Do you think that there's a chance for her to improve her life and become independent, maybe get out of her dad's house? What do you think about the dad and his new wife? What's up with that? Should she stick around or should she leave him? She said she's still thinking about leaving him. And what do you think about the mom? Personally, I don't like her very much. I think she's just full of excuses and looking to throw blame around because she doesn't want to acknowledge the fact that she was literally completely absent. But you guys let me know what you think about this. Drop it in the comments.